Hey, welcome. Today we're diving into something huge that's happening all over the globe. We're looking at how Gen Z is totally rewriting the rules of protest, using their phones and the streets together to push for real change.
So let's just get right to it. Can a hashtag really change the world? It's a question a lot of us have probably asked ourselves. Can a simple post or share or a video that goes viral actually shake things up? Well, as we're about to see, for a whole new generation of activists, the answer is a big, loud yes.
Okay, so the core idea we're talking about today is this thing called Phygital activism. Phygital, you get it? Physical plus digital. It's not just about posting online, and it's not just about marching in the streets. It's this incredible, powerful mix of both, where what happens online directly fuels what happens in the real world.
So how did we even get here? I mean, this whole new playbook, it didn't just appear out of thin air. It's actually been in the works for more than a decade.
If you want to trace it back, things really kicked into high gear around 2010 with the Arab Spring. That's when we saw Facebook and Twitter bring people together in a massive way. Fast forward to 2022 in Sri Lanka, and get this, a crazy 70% of protest coordination was happening online. And today? Well, Gen Z has taken it to a whole new level. We're talking memes, TikToks, encrypted apps. The entire arsenal has expanded.
All of this is possible because Gen Z aren't just people who use the internet. They're true digital natives. For them, the online world isn't just a tool, it's where they live. It's where they learn, where they hang out, and more, it's where they build their political identities and launch these movements.
And the numbers, wow, the numbers really back this up. A massive 66%, that's 2/3 of Gen Z's activism, is digital. This isn't some side project for them. It's the main stage for tackling the biggest issues, from jobs and healthcare to human rights and equality.
And you gotta admit, their tools are super creative. A viral TikTok can spread a message across the globe in hours, thanks to that algorithm. Political memes, they use humor and satire to cut right through the noise and critique power in a way that's so easy to share. And then you have encrypted apps like Telegram and Discord, which let activists organize securely without a central leader, making them so much harder to shut down.
And let's be clear, this isn't just happening in one country or on one app. No way. This is a global thing, and the impact it's having in the real world is something you just can't ignore.
Just look at how adaptable these tactics are. In Morocco, they're using anime symbols on TikTok to talk about inequality. In Nepal, it's all about short videos exposing the corrupt lifestyles of the elite. In Iran, women shared anti-hijab videos on Instagram, and the whole world saw them, even when the government tried to shut down the internet. The tools might change, but that core Phygital strategy, it's everywhere.
And the scale of mobilization, it can be absolutely staggering. Think about the Black Lives Matter movement in the United States. Using platforms like TikTok and Instagram, they help bring between 15 and 26 million people out onto the streets. That makes it one of the largest protest movements in the country's history.
But, and this is a really important but, there is a flip side to this whole story. More than a decade ago, a writer named Evgeny Morozov gave us a warning. He said, the internet isn't some magic wand for freedom. The very same tools that empower activists can be turned around and used against them.
And that brings us to the risks, to the very real dangers of this new digital world. It really is a double-edged sword.
You've probably heard the criticism before, right? People dismissing online activism as just slacktivism, a like, a share, actions that don't really mean anything. And yeah, sometimes that's true. But as we've seen in places like Sri Lanka and Nepal, digital action can, without a doubt, lead to massive political change. Both things can be true at once.
And the dangers for the activists themselves are no joke. Algorithms can trap us in these echo chambers where we only hear what we already believe, making everyone more divided. Misinformation, deepfakes, that stuff can spark actual violence. And then you've got doxing, where an activist's private info gets leaked online to scare them into silence, and digital vigilantism, where online mobs just decide to bypass the law entirely.
And of course, governments are fighting back with their own digital playbook. They're using internet shutdowns, blocking apps, and rolling out widespread surveillance to watch and crush dissent. They're turning these tools of liberation into instruments of control. So, with all that on the table, this complex, sometimes dangerous new world, what's next? How do we even navigate activism's next chapter and try to build a safer way forward? Well, the solution isn't to just throw these powerful tools away. It's about building a better, safer digital space for everyone. And that seems to rest on three main pillars. First, digital literacy, teaching everyone how to spot fake news and manipulation. Second, ethical education, so we all promote more responsible ways of acting online. And third, transparent regulation, to hold both the tech companies and governments accountable.
And this is maybe the most crucial point. This responsibility doesn't just fall on one group. It's got to be a team effort. It's going to take governments, big tech companies, and every single one of us as citizens working together to protect this space.
Which leaves us with one last big question to think about. As technology and activism get more and more tangled up, we really have to ask ourselves, in a world that's so heavily shaped by algorithms and code, who actually gets to write the rules for the next revolution? Thanks for tuning in.